My name is Paul Saldaña. I'm the principal of Saldaña Public Relations. Congressman Joaquin Castro, clearly who's an up-and-coming political star in the state of Texas and in the nation, really represents the future generation of politics in America. Certainly a role model to inspire our young Latinos and millennials to become engaged in the political process.
I'm Delia Garza, and I'm very lucky to have had parents that were very involved in their community, and it's very important for young parents, old parents, anybody to start getting involved in their community at any level, whether that be joining the PTA or joining the Cub Scouts or doing anything like that. It's never too late to get involved. I would encourage mothers to take your children, instead of finding someone to watch your children, take your children to those community meetings and let them see how you're showing up and you're doing something, and it will be a great example for them. So when they get older, just like my parents were for me, when they get older, that they'll go out and they'll start getting involved. And it's so important for us to give that example.
Hi, I'm Austin City Councilmember Mike Martinez. As a Latino elected official and as the only Latino elected official on the Austin City Council, I think it's just extremely important that our community understand the power and the level of involvement that is necessary from us moving forward. When you see young leaders like Joaquin Castro on the national level, and his brother Julian, who's now the mayor of San Antonio, we see the future of not just Austin, not just Texas, but the future of America. That is why it's important for us to stay involved in our local government, because it really starts at the local level.
My name is Perla, and I come to events like this because I love to support young Latino Democrats. People like Joaquin and Julian Castro, I believe, are the future. And I think it's going to take people like that to motivate our generation and the younger generations as well. I really think that we need to reach out to younger people and just ask them to get involved with campaigns, volunteering on campaigns, and attending events like this.
My name is Huey Ray Fisher. I'm a student here in Austin. It's really important that young people get involved in the political process. It's really important that they have their voices heard on issues, that they push for a progressive agenda, and that they really speak out on what matters to them. And it is politicians like Joaquin Castro and his brother, and Leticia Vandepew, Wendy Davis, who really inspire young people because they feel like their issues are being heard. They feel like their voices are being heard, and that's what matters at the end of the day, that students mobilize, that students get involved on campaigns, that students write to their representatives and to their senators, letting them know what matters most to them, and then ultimately that students show up at the ballot box. So I really care about having good elected officials at the end of the day.
Hi, my name is Kathy Vale, and I'm happy to share a few thoughts with you today. I'm a native of San Antonio. My father was an elected state representative and state senator from San Antonio from 65 to 85. My mother and Rosie Castro are comadres for more than 40 years. And today I am just so thrilled and joyful to see Joaquin and Julian take their message of involvement and activism beyond the border of San Antonio to the entire state. We're here in Austin today, and the turnout is amazing. The level of support and enthusiasm for the vision that Joaquin and Julian bring to the entire state, from the Panhandle to Dallas to El Paso down to the border and everything in between. The largest group of Latinos are the millennials, and that, from 18 to 30. Our hope is that every day we're going to inspire a whole new generation of Latinos to embrace civic involvement, go to the polls, and that's just going to be what they do, just like their grandparents, just like their parents.
Good evening. It is great to be back here in Austin and in East Austin. Thank you all very much for having me.
Well, it's important for young people to vote because all of the big decisions that people throughout government are making, whether it's city council or state legislatures or the federal government, decisions about financial aid, about home loans, about so many issues, young people are going to have to deal with for their entire lives. And so it's important that they lend their voice to the political process, that they, get involved by going out and voting, calling people to get them to vote, emailing folks, getting on social media, doing every single thing that they can to make sure that politicians listen to their voices. and I hope that more and more will do that. Well, you know, my brother and I grew up in a household where both my parents, but especially my mom, was very involved in civic causes and campaigns. And so very early on, we were instilled in us the importance of being involved and being engaged. But it's important that young people not only vote, but also put themselves in the middle of the political process, whether as candidates, as campaign workers, doing everything that they can to make sure their presence is felt, because there really is a dearth, a lack of young voices within the political process. We're oftentimes missing people in their 20s, people in their 30s who are part of our city councils and our state legislatures, certainly in the Congress. So I hope that more people will put themselves out there and decide to run for office and take a chance and try to, you know, make our democracy better by being candidates themselves.